Hello students, myself Dr. Hangarge Rajkumar. First of all, I would like to congratulate and welcome in MSc Second Organic Chemistry. So I am going to teach you this this paper CHO 353A. In this 353A, there are two sections. The section 1, that is protection and deprotection of functional group as well as some chiron approach. Okay, everybody might be aware. Okay, now next one, that is a section 2, that is carbohydrate chemistry. Okay, so carbohydrate chemistry is under the heading of carbohydrate chemistry. It is having three important parameters. The first one, that is basics of carbohydrates. Second one, that is the B, synthesis of glycosides. And the third one, synthesis of di, tri and or polysaccharides. Right? So you see here, we are going to study section 2. The section 2 is about carbohydrate chemistry. Okay, so under the heading of carbohydrate chemistry, we are going to study basics of carbohydrates, synthesis of glycosides and synthesis of di, tri and like polysaccharides. So first we must understand what are carbohydrates. In the 11th, 12th or in the earlier class, you might have studied what is meant by carbohydrates and these things. Then also I am going to take some revision of carbohydrate, like carbohydrates. So the word carbohydrate, carbo means there is one atom, that is a carbon. Carbo means carbon, and this hydrate means water. Okay, H2O. So in short, we can write carbon for C and this water H2O. Okay, but then we can write in this way also, CnH2O N. This is the formula. Then again we can write C dot H2O N. N may be the integer. Okay, here N is an integer. Right? Then we must understand one more important aspect, that is sugar. Earlier people or public used to say table sugar. Whenever the word comes in front, then used to say they consider that is a table sugar. Yes, that is also one type of sugar, no doubt. Okay, that is a type of a sugar, but no doubt this table sugar, you must understand first, table sugar is a disaccharide. Okay, disaccharides which is having aldose and ketose. Okay, so what is meant by aldose, ketose? These things we are going to study in detail. But before that, so the sugar, we are focusing on sugar. Where from where get? Where from where get means that is a source of sugar. That is a source of sugar. So sources of sugar, there are different sources. So first one, if you consider, the first one of sugar is from, okay, I will rub this. First one is, if you are getting the sugar from grape, then that is called as glucose. Okay, then the second one, if you are getting sugar from the fruits, then it is called fructose. And the third one, cane sugar, that is a sucrose. So these are the names given on the basis of their sources. These are the sources: grapes, fruits, cane sugar. These are the sources. On this basis, or this basis, the name of the sugar is given. But now, if you see the carbohydrate, okay, so once you understand these things, then we move to the carbohydrate directly. So carbohydrate classified into two groups. Carbohydrates are classified into two groups. The first group is, or you can say, simple, and the other one is a complex. Okay, so under the heading of simple, this is a monosaccharide, and then complex is further divided into two groups. Okay, the first one is oligosaccharides, and this one, the second one is polysaccharides. Right? So first of all, we focus on this simple saccharide, that is a simple sugar or simple carbohydrate, that is a monosaccharides. Okay, what are the monosaccharides? Monosaccharides are the subunit which can't get split anymore when treat with aqueous acid. Okay, so means this is the final unit. Okay, monosaccharides is the subunit which cannot get split anymore when treated with aqueous acid. These are the monosaccharides. Okay, so now just we focus on today monosaccharides, and in the next lecture we will discuss about oligosaccharides and polysaccharides. So monosaccharides are of, what are the examples of monosaccharides? Then we will study this one. So I am rubbing this part. So what are the examples of monosaccharides? So monosaccharides are having different examples. First example you can see triose, tetrose, pentose, hexose, or any more also, but we are focusing on this only. Triose means what? Triose means what? We have the general formula CnH2nOn or CH2ON. Okay, here N is equal to 3, means that is a 3 indicates that is a triose. Means what? C is equal to 3. Whenever you have carbon atoms 3, those are the triose. Whenever you have a carbon atom 4, that is a tetrose. If you have a carbon atom 5 in that compound or in that sugar, that is a pentose. For hexose it is a 6 and heptose it is a 7. So now we will study first triose, after that tetrose, pentose, hexose, heptose. We are going to study all these, okay, but one by one. First we will study the triose. So triose means what? Which is having 3 carbon atoms. Okay, 3 carbon atoms. The compound 1, 2, 3, which is having 3 carbon atoms. This is the one sugar which is having 3 carbon atoms. Now you take this one as an aldehyde, other one is an alcohol, and remaining is a OH. What is this? We know the general, or we know the name, that is a glyceraldehyde. You might have gone across through it. This is the glyceraldehyde. So what is that? So name this carbon atom number 1, carbon number 2 and carbon number 3. These are the 3 carbon, because our requirement is C3, right? Carbon 3 should be there, but first carbon is of aldehyde and the higher reduced at the lower, that is alcohol. Okay, and whatever is remain, that you have to make a CHOH. Put hydrogen as well as hydroxy on that carbon. So how to give the nomenclature or the arrangement, how we can arrange that? So first one, the oxidized part you have to put at the top. What you have to do? Put oxidized carbon at the top. They arrange vertically. Third one, numbering should be start from the top. Numbering should be from top. Reduced and at the lower. Okay, so in this case you can see this is an aldehyde which is oxidized one, which is at the top. Then this is the reduced one which is at the lower. So these are the two conditions, and the numbering is started from the top. We have arranged this vertically. First thing, we put this oxidized one at the top. Here you can write here oxidized. Okay, if it is acid somewhere, then you have to put acid at the top. Okay, so this is at the top, then CHOH and then CH2OH. Now you see the number of carbons present in this. We know 1, 2, 3. There are 3 carbons. Then calculate the hydrogen. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There are H6, and then calculate the oxygen. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Now you try to put in that formula. Are they fixing in that one or not? The formula is C dot H2O N. Now here N is equal to 3. C dot H2O N is equal to 3. It means that C3H6 and O3. This is the formula for triose. Okay. Now the next question arises. What is the next question? This, if it is having aldehyde, this is an aldehyde group. What is this? An aldehyde group. Aldehyde group. And the name ends with an aldehyde. Yes, those are called aldoses or aldones. If it is an aldose, then what is the mean by ketose? In case of this, what is mean by ketose? So in case of ketose, again, what you have to do, you have to consider again 3 carbon atoms. Okay, because our condition is C is equal to 3. C is equal to 3 means there should be 3 carbon, 1, 2, 3. Okay. If you try to put here ketone, is it possible? No, because ketone means it should have 1 carbonyl and 2 alkyl substituent. Means there should be 2 alkyl or aryl substituent, not hydrogen substituent. But if you try to put on carbon number 1, that carbon CO here, but it won't work because it is having only 1 alkyl group and other one is a hydrogen. So what you have to do, you have to put here carbonyl. This carbonyl carbon is linked with the 2 chains. Means it is having 2 linkages. It means it is a ketone. Okay. Now balance it. Here is CH2OH. Here is CH2OH. Okay. Now calculate the carbon. Carbon we know that it is a C3. Okay. The second one, hydrogen. Hydrogen are 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Then oxygen 1, 2, 3. Right. This is the formula is same, C3H6O3. Here also, for in case of glyceraldehyde, formula is same. Then this is in the form of aldehyde and this is in the form of ketone. If it is in the form of aldehyde, it is called as aldoses, whereas if it is in the form of ketone, those are known as ketoses. So you see, ketone is a terminal name. Okay. The name of this compound, if you write, it is, what is the name? 1,3 dihydroxy 1,3 dihydroxy propanone, dihydroxy acetone. Okay, because here is CH3 acetone, dihydroxy acetone, 1,3 dihydroxy acetone. Acetone won't indicate presence of ketone, and presence of ketone, those are called as ketoses. Okay, this is an aldoses and this is an ketoses. So you might have understand the difference between aldose. You might have understand the difference between aldoses and the ketoses. So in case of glyceraldehyde, we have seen it is in the form of aldoses. In case of dihydroxyacetone, it is a ketoses. Right. Now we are going to study glyceraldehyde in detail. Okay. Which is having 3 carbon atoms. Okay. And see, glyceraldehyde having the formula What is this? First of all, it is a glycerol. This is a glycerol. What is this? The formula I wrote in a horizontal way so that you might getting confused. If you write in this way, you can understand. This is the structure CHOH and CH2OH. So this is the glycerol. When we oxidize this, what we will get? The one of that getting convert into the aldehyde and other one is remain alcohol as such. This is a glyceraldehyde. Okay. In this glyceraldehyde, this is glycerol and this is a glyceraldehyde. Now you look at the carbon number 2. This is the carbon number 1, carbon number 2, carbon number 3. If you write properly this structure, you can see that this is hydrogen over here and here is OH, and this one also, here is a aldehyde. Okay. See, this is an aldehyde, carbon number 1, carbon number 2, carbon number 3, right? So there are 3 carbons. Look at this hydroxy. When we have a hydroxy substituent on this right side, then that is known as a dextro and denoted by D, but it is a small in size. Okay, dextro rotatory. Okay, the which rotates the plane polarized light in a dextro direction, means the right direction, so that it is a dextro rotatory. And if you have a same structural formula like this, and this OH is on the left, it is levorotatory, which is a levorotatory, and denoted by capital L but small in size. Okay, this is the dextrorotatory and levorotatory. Then the question arises, what is the name for both? The name for both is D-glyceraldehyde if it is rotating in a right direction. It is a D-glyceraldehyde which rotates the plane polarized in a right dextrorotatory, and it is a levorotatory, it is a L-glyceraldehyde. Right? Understand? So D-glyceraldehyde and L-glyceraldehyde, because this carbon is a chiral carbon. And why it is chiral carbon? Because all the 4 substituents on this carbon are different. First substituent is a CHO, OH, CH2OH and the H. These are the 4 different substituents present on that carbon. The same way you can find it here, CHO, OH, H and CH2OH. All the 4 substituents are different, so that it is a chiral in nature. And this chiral presence of this OH on the right hand side, that is a dextrorotatory, so it is known as a D-glyceraldehyde. If it is on the left side, that is the L-glyceraldehyde. So this is about the triose. Now we move to the tetrose. Tetrose means what? Which should have 4 carbons. Okay? You write the tetrose, 1 carbon